Hey, I like to eat and I like to travel. But most of all, I love traveling to eat. Well, if you're hungry and you're on the road ready to eat, you're where traveling and food meet. Take you on a journey. Buckle up, you're in the front seat. Your road trip is so complete. Cause you're with the traveling hungry girl. You're with the who? Traveling hungry girl. Recipe, the food. Traveling hungry girl. Restaurant reviews. Traveling hungry girl. Where food meets travel. Right here.
Hey. Welcome to Traveling Hungry Girl, the podcast where food, travel, and culture come together in the most flavorful way. I am Amani Sky, your host, and I am so excited you're here with me today. Today, we're diving into one of the most common and honestly most frustrating struggles parents face every day, getting our kids to eat healthy. We've all been there, the broccoli battle, the cauliflower crying, the carrots causing complete chaos at the dinner table. If you ever sighed deeply while begging your little one to just try one bite, you're in the right place. Today's episode, smart ways to add more goodness to your kids' plates. Tackle that everyday parenting challenge head on. But don't worry, it's not about adding more stress to your plate. Instead, you'll discover fun, creative, and low-stress ways to sneak more fruits and veggies into your child's meal with clever tricks that even the pickiest eaters won't see coming. From puree power to smoothie magic, I've got you covered with simple solutions that actually work. So grab your favorite drink and let's jump into some tasty, tantrum-free strategies that can help turn mealtime into a win for everyone. And before we dive into all the delicious ideas and sneaky strategies, let's pause for a moment and ground ourselves with a quick affirmation, because parenting isn't just about what we feed our kids, it's also about how we show up for them with love, patience, and creativity. Affirmation: I am doing my best, and that is more than enough. Every small choice I make to nourish my child is a big step toward their growth and health. Say it with me if you can, or just let it settle in your heart as we move into today's tips. Segment 1, the mealtime struggles is real. Now that we've centered ourselves with a little affirmation and reminded our hearts that we're doing our best, let's talk about the part of parenting that tests that truth daily. Mealtime. Picture this. You've just finished cooking dinner after a long day. You're proud. You managed to steam some broccoli, add colorful carrots to the plate, and even sneak a little kale into the pasta. You set it on the table, call your little one over, and then it happens. They look at the plate, eyes narrow, fork in hand, and then, with all the drama of Broadway star, they scream, "No, I don't want the green stuff." Sound familiar? You're not alone. The truth is, many kids go through a phase, or let's be honest, several phases, where they resist anything that looks remotely healthy. There are a few reasons for this. Taste and texture. Kids have more sensitive taste buds than adults. That bitter note in spinach, way more intense for them. Visual triggers. Bright greens, unfamiliar textures, or weird shapes can instantly signal danger to a child who's not sure what they're eating. Peer influence. If a friend at school says they hate carrots, guess what? Your kid might just start hating them too. Power dynamics. Sometimes saying no at the dinner table is just one of the only areas a child feels like they have control. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay this way. Getting your kids to eat healthier doesn't mean turning into the veggie police or bribing them with dessert every night. It just takes a little creativity, a few clever tricks that I'm about to share. You're doing your job by offering healthy options, and sometimes that's enough for today. You don't need every plate to look Pinterest perfect and every meal to be nutritional masterpiece. Progress over perfection. That's what we're after. So if you've ever grated zucchini into spaghetti sauce, hidden cauliflower in mac and cheese, or blended spinach into a smoothie like a kitchen ninja, then this episode is absolutely for you. Because now we're going to jump into the first of 5 simple stress-free strategies that help you sneak more goodness into your kids' meals without the fuss, the fights, or the food flinging. Segment 2, puree like a pro. Now that we've agreed, no more dinner time battles and no more pressure to be a perfect parent, just real food, real love, and a few small strategies. It's time to start with one of my favorite healthy hacks, pureeing. Yes, really. Don't underestimate the power of a good blend. If you've ever wished veggies could just disappear without a trace, but still give your child all the nutrients they need, this is the trick for you. Pureeing is one of the easiest and sneakiest way to add fruits and vegetables to your child's meal without them even knowing. When done right, it blends seamlessly into foods they already love, like spaghetti sauce, pancakes, mac and cheese, meatballs, and even brownies. Here's the beauty of it. The flavor gets masked by other ingredients, the texture disappears into the mix, and you, my friend, look like a culinary magician. You don't need fancy equipment. If you have a blender, a food processor, or even a good old fork and some patience, you can make this work. Step 1. Lightly steam or roast your veggies of choice, like carrots, squash, spinach, broccoli, etc. This softens it and makes blending easier. Step 2. Blend until smooth, or mash if you're going low tech. Step 3. Add it in. Store pureed carrots into pasta sauce. Mix mashed sweet potato into pancake batter. Blend zucchini into muffins or banana bread. Here are some sneaky pairings that work like magic. Carrots plus spaghetti sauce adds sweetness and vitamin A without changing the flavor. Cauliflower and mashed potatoes, creamy and almost undetectable. Spinach and chocolate smoothies. The cocoa hides the green. They will never know. Butternut squash and mac and cheese boost creaminess and nutrition. Bonus hack: make a big batch of puree veggies and freeze them in an ice cube tray. That way you always have a ready to go veggie cube to toss into meals without starting from scratch. Look, we're not trying to deceive our kids forever. Eventually we want them to enjoy veggies in their full form, but when you're dealing with picky phases, sensory challenges, or just a rough week, this trick gives you a little breathing room. You're still giving their bodies what they need without the stress, the standoffs, or the guilt. And if you're thinking, okay, I've got the puree down, but how do I make these meals taste good enough that they'll actually enjoy them? Don't worry. Up next, I'll be sharing all about adding flavor, fun, and freshness with something you might already have in your fridge. Let's move on to the next game-changing tip: how to flavor up your meals with herbs without anyone noticing they're eating healthier. Segment 3. Flavor it up with fresh herbs. Now that we got the puree working their magic behind the scenes, let's talk about something a little more flavorful but just as clever. Because let's be honest, part of the reason kids run from veggies isn't just the look, it's the taste. Some vegetables, especially when steamed or boiled, can taste a little bland, and if you've ever had overcooked broccoli, you know exactly what I mean. So how do we upgrade the taste without drowning everything in cheese and ketchup? Enter fresh herbs, your new best friend in the kitchen. Fresh herbs are one of the easiest and healthiest ways to transform the flavor of your meals without adding salt, sugar, or fat. And they do more than boost taste. They actually make food exciting. Kids might not jump for joy over spinach, but call it a superhero spinach pizza with a sprinkle of basil dust. Suddenly it's dinner and a story. You don't need to be a chef to start experimenting. Here's how to keep it simple and fun. Let them play herb stylists. Set out a few bowls of chopped herbs like parsley, basil, or rosemary, and let your kids sprinkle their own toppings on pizza, pasta, or sandwiches. Give herbs fun names. Call thyme magic sprinkles, or rosemary leafy flavor wands. Grow a mini herb garden together. A few small pots on your windowsill is all you need. Kids are way more likely to try something they help grow. Fresh herbs are wonderful, but don't stress if you only have dried ones in your pantry. Dried herbs still offer great flavor. Just use a little less since they're more concentrated. Some kid-approved favorites: basil, sweet and mild, great in tomato dishes or sandwiches. Oregano, familiar from pizza. Add to pasta, meatballs, potatoes, or roasted veggies. Parsley, light and fresh, mix into rice or scrambled eggs. Rosemary, aromatic and fun to smell, tuck into roasted potatoes or bread. Make it interactive. Give your child herbs helper duties. Sprinkle herbs, smelling different leaves, or even helping you chop with a kid-safe knife. When they feel involved, they feel empowered. And when they feel empowered, they are way more open to trying new things. This is about expanding your child's palate without pressure. You're not forcing anything, you're offering new experiences in a fun, low-key way. One day is a sprinkle of oregano, the next, they're asking for it on their grilled cheese. So far, we've talked about what to sneak in and how to make it taste good, but what about how we cook it? Next up, we're going to look at one simple kitchen switch that adds healthy fat to your child's meals with zero complaints and zero extra work. Let's talk about cooking oils. Yes, it matters, and yes, your kids won't even notice. Segment 4, healthier fats without the fuss. So we've pureed like pros, dressed up our dishes with fresh herbs, and started turning picky eaters into curious little food explorers. Now let's talk about a part of the meal that doesn't get enough attention: fats. Before you panic and think, wait, fat? I thought that was the bad stuff. Let's clear that up real quick. Not all fats are created equal. In fact, healthy fats are essential for your child's brain development, energy levels, and overall growth. The best part? You can easily make this swap and your kids won't even notice. It's the discreet magic that happens right on the stovetop. No arguments, no negotiations, and no food faces. Why cooking oils matter? The type of oil you cook with can totally switch the nutritional value of your meals. Swapping out processed, unhealthy oils like vegetable oil with nutrient-rich ones like olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil gives your meals a hidden boost of goodness. And unlike veggies, most kids never ask what oil the chicken was cooked in. So this is your perfect undercover nutrition move. Top cooking oils to try: olive oil, mild in flavor, great for sauteing veggies, roasted potatoes, or drizzling over pasta, packed with hot, healthy fats. Avocado oil, neutral taste and high smoke point, ideal for high heat cooking like stir fry, rich in healthy fats and vitamin E. Coconut oil, slightly sweet and aromatic, perfect for baking or pancakes, contains MCTs which support energy and brain functions. Now, how to use them in everyday meals. Swap your vegetable oil for olive oil in pasta dishes or for sauteing spinach. Use coconut oil in baked goods like your muffins or waffles. Drizzle avocado oil over veggies before roasting for a crispy finish they'll love. Here's the beauty of this switch. It is so discreet, you don't have to make a big announcement. There's no need to explain to your child that their mac and cheese is now sauteed in cold pressed olive oil. You just do it and let the benefits roll right in. Why this matters? Kids need healthy fats for brain development, especially in the early years. Absorbing vitamins, some nutrients like A, D, E, and K need fat to be absorbed. Feeling full and satisfied, so they're not asking for snacks 10 minutes after dinner. So when you use these better oils, you're not just cooking, you're nourishing. This is the kind of change you can make once and just keep doing it. No fuss, no extra prep, just a small, meaningful shift that pays off over time. And remember, if it's already in your pantry, use what you have. Don't feel pressure to overhaul your kitchen overnight. One step at a time is more than enough. Now, what if I told you the one food that kids do love? Pasta. This could become your new secret weapon for getting greens on the plate. In our next segment, we're talking about how to sneak leafy vegetables into your child's favorite dishes without them catching on. Let's get into the power of pasta and all the delicious ways you can hide greens in plain sight. Segment 5. Sneaking greens into pasta dishes. Now that we've made some smart swaps with our cooking oils and slipped in those those healthy fats without the fuss, it's time to tackle the leafy greens, the ones that usually get the biggest eye roll or dramatic gag at the dinner table. But here's the thing, if your child loves pasta, and let's be real, most kids do, then you've already got the perfect vehicle for your little undercover nutrition. Pasta is your Trojan horse. You can load it with vitamins, fiber, and still have your child asking for seconds. Why pasta is the perfect place to hide greens? Kids associate pasta with comfort, fun shapes, and familiar sauces. That emotional connection makes them less likely to notice small changes, especially when those changes blend right in with flavors they already love. And since pasta dishes are naturally saucy, cheesy, or creamy, they give you the perfect opportunity to camouflage chopped or blended greens without detection. Easy ways to sneak greens into pasta. 1. Finely chop and stir in. After your pasta is cooked and tossed in sauce, stir in finely chopped spinach or kale. Tip: a sharp knife or food processor helps break the greens down into tiny, nearly invisible bites. Let them wilt naturally into the heat. No extra cooking required. 2. Blend into the sauce. Add a handful of spinach or zucchini to tomato sauce while blending. The color stays vibrant, but the flavor stays mild. For creamy sauces like Alfredo, steamed cauliflower or pureed peas can make it extra smooth. 3. Bake it in. Lasagna and baked ziti are perfect for layering greens between noodles and cheese. Try mixing chopped spinach into the ricotta filling or tossing sauteing greens into a casserole dish with shredded chicken and pasta. 4. Use green pasta. Spinach or kale infused pasta noodles exist, and kids love the fun colors. You can even make homemade veggie pasta together for a fun family activity. Pro tip: pair with familiar flavors. Balance out the greens with flavors your kids already love. For example, add a little extra Parmesan or mozzarella on top. Use a familiar protein like ground turkey or chicken sausage to blend it all together. Let them sprinkle breadcrumbs or cheese as a crunchy topper. It gives them some ownership and excitement. What not to do? Do not make it a big deal. The moment you say, "I added something healthy in there," you might lose them. Avoid overloading the dish with too many greens at once. Start small and work up gradually. If they ask what's in it, keep it simple. Oh, just a little spinach for color. It helps the sauce stick to the noodles better. This isn't about tricking your kids forever. It's about building comfort with greens in a way that doesn't feel forced or scary. Over time, they get used to the taste and might even be curious to try the full version. You're setting a foundation of nourishment without turning the dinner table into a battleground, and that's something to be proud of. And if you're thinking, this is all great, but my kid still refuses veggies unless it's sweet, you're not alone. In our next segment, we're flipping the script with smoothies and juices. I'll show you how to turn produce into a treat they ask for. Yes, even spinach. Get ready to blend, sip, and smile. It's smoothie time next. Segment 6, smoothies and juices. Sneaky superstars. You might still be wondering, what about the days when veggies just aren't happening? Let's be honest. Some kids are texture sensitive. Some just aren't feeling anything green. And that's okay, because there's one trick left that's almost always works. Smoothies and juices. They're sweet, and best of all, they're the perfect disguise for a whole rainbow of fruits and veggies. Smoothies are the MVP of mealtime hacks. Smoothies are the ultimate parenting cheat code. Why? They're cold and creamy like a treat. You can blend in tons of nutrients without compromising taste. Kids love having their own special smoothie cup or straw. It feels fun, not forced. And let's not forget, you can drink your smoothie too. It's a win for everyone. Easy, kid-approved smoothie add-ons. Here's how to take a basic smoothie and supercharge it without your little one ever noticing. Greens. Start with baby spinach, mild taste, and blends easily into berry or banana-based smoothies. Pairs well with mango, strawberries, and pineapples. Carrots. naturally sweet when blended raw or steamed. Try with orange juice, banana, and a touch of cinnamon. Sweet potatoes or pumpkin puree. Great in fall-themed smoothies with cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. Add a banana and milk for a creamy base. Bell peppers. Yes, I said bell peppers. Red or yellow. Blend well with tropical fruits like mango and pineapple. That's full of vitamin C and fiber. Extras for a brain boost. You can add nut butters, so like peanut, almond, or sunflower for protein. Flax seeds or chia seeds for fiber and healthy fats. Protein powder or Greek yogurt for staying power. Even a touch of turmeric or cinnamon for added nutrients and immune support. Then you have your juice option, which is a quick boost when smoothies feel like too much. Fresh pressed juices with carrots, apples, lemon, and ginger. You can also try cucumber, pineapple, mint for a refreshing twist. Store-bought juices, choose ones with no added sugars and mix it with water to reduce the sweetness. Pro tip, make it a whole experience. Let kids name their smoothie like Ninja Berry Blast or Sunshine Power Shake. Use silly straws or fun cups to build excitement. Create a smoothie station on weekends with different toppings like coconut flakes, granola, etc. This builds not only interest but ownership, which increases the likelihood they'll try new flavors without a fight. Not every smoothie will be a slam dunk. Some might be too green, others might be too thick, but that's okay. Think of smoothies as a safe space to explore. You're not trying to be perfect. You're simply showing your kids that food can be fun, colorful, and full of surprises. And even if they only take a few sips, that's still a win. A few sips a day can go a long way in building up their nutrient intake and their confidence in trying something new. Whew! Look at you. You made it through a full buffet of healthy hacks, clever kitchen swaps, and undercover nutrition missions. You're not just feeding their bodies, you're nourishing their future. You've now got a whole toolkit of simple, realistic strategies you can try without flipping your world upside down. You're blending smoothies, sneaking greens into pasta, pureeing like a pro, and giving those cooking oils a healthy upgrade. And here's the most important thing I want to leave with you today. You're doing enough. You don't need to win every mealtime, and you don't need your child to eat a rainbow at every plate. You just need to keep showing up lovingly, creatively, and patiently. Even if they only eat a spoonful of that spinach-laced spaghetti or sip half a smoothie, you're planting seeds, and those seeds grow into lifelong habits. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress and grace. Let's take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Place your hand on your heart if you can. Repeat this affirmation with me or let it wash over you like a gentle reminder. I am doing my best, and that is more than enough. Each small step I take to nourish my child is a step toward love, health, and growth. I release the pressure to be perfect and embrace the joy of progress. You are not just making meals, you are making memories. You are making moments of care, creativity, and quiet strength. One bite, one choice, one day at a time. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with a friend, and let's connect on Instagram and TikTok at Traveling Hungry Girl. Also, don't forget to subscribe and show some love to my show. Your support helps this podcast reach even more foodies, travelers, and cultural lovers just like you. And remember, great food and travel stories are always better when shared. Until next time, keep exploring, keep eating, and keep living your best life. Bye.